Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Anna, for those of you that don't know. I did have another video planned for today, but seeing the state of the country right now, I figured it was a little more important to talk about some of the issues that we're going through right now in regards to police brutality and racial injustice and discrimination. So I decided to come on here and just talk to you guys briefly about ways that you can help during this time. And I don't really like saying this time because it's not like this is anything new, but since it is something, or these issues are being brought to the forefront, I figured I would go ahead and give some suggestions for things that you can do to help in this time. There's been a lot of posts, of course, on everyone's stories regarding resources and things that you can do. However, those stories do go away after 24 hours, so I figured it would be good also to make a video where people can come back to you and click on those same links to get back to those resources. So that's another reason I decided to just go ahead and make a video and make this my first video back to YouTube. Even though this shouldn't have to be my first video back to YouTube, but it's okay. I have created a list of 10 things you can do to help during this time. The first 5 are things that you can do right now. The second 5 are things that we're gonna continue to do. So one way you can help is, of course, by bringing awareness to these issues. Of course, I have seen on Instagram and Twitter, all over social media, people posting resources, people posting about protests and different things that are going on currently. So I think that is amazing. Another way that you can bring awareness is by joining those protests, joining the marches. Also, in regards to bringing awareness to the issue, is to fact check some of the information that is being put online. If you see information that does not seem correct, there is a lot of misinformation going around on social media and the internet. So by fact checking that information and providing that information to your peers, putting that on social media is another way of bringing awareness. If you are not someone who necessarily wants to protest or actually physically get out there and march and protest, maybe you have anxiety in crowds, maybe you have health conditions where you're not able to go protest, maybe protesting is just not your thing, that's not what you want to do, you can still be there to help out the people who are protesting, such as making signs, providing or packing snacks and water for protesters, also milk in case people were sprayed with tear gas. Those are some things that you can do to help people who are protesting. The third way you can help is by donating. There are multiple links that you can donate to the families that have lost a loved one due to police brutality. There's also links to donate to bail funds for people who were arrested while protesting, which also leads me to my point number 4, which is signing petitions. And I have a link down below, a website that has multiple donation links, multiple petitions that you can sign to help make a change and make a difference in your community. Number 5 is to hold emotional space for your friends and families. This is especially true for our non-Black allies. If you have Black friends, hold that emotional space for them. Be there, allow them to vent without judgment, allow them that space for them to be open and emotional and vulnerable. Now, the next 5 suggestions are things that we can do not only thought a bug was crawling on me, not only in this time, but moving forward. Number 6 is to educate yourself. It is very important to know your rights, know the laws, know who you have in office. These are things that you should research, should educate yourself on. If you are non-Black, it is important to educate yourself on Black history, why things are the way they are currently, how can we resolve these things, what has worked in the past, what has not worked in the past. So educate yourself on different solutions and ways that we can come together to create change in our community. Which leads me to number 7, which is vote in your state and local elections. Of course, everyone is familiar with voting in presidential elections sometimes don't realize the importance of voting in your state and local elections. Those are the people that make a change and difference in your community. So, and it's not just about who you want to vote in to office. It's also just as important to keep in mind who you're trying to vote out of office, even in your state and local elections. If you're someone like me, I'll be the first to admit politics is not my thing, but I do understand the importance of voting. If you are that person that does like politics, make sure that you are giving that information to your friends. Number 8 is more for our non-Black friends and our non-Black allies. Make sure that you are speaking up. Use your voice to uplift the voice of the Black community and of your Black friends. You can make a change. You can make a difference as well. Black voices tend to be muted by the government and by social media sometimes, and by media in general. So make sure that you are helping to be the voice for your Black friends, your Black loved ones, because uplifting their voices will help our voice as a community be heard. Number 9 is to contact your officials and communicate with your neighborhood leaders. By contacting these people, you can bring these issues to light and also help make sure that justice is served and changes are made. And last but definitely not least, support Black businesses, support small businesses. At the end of the day, money talks, and by supporting Black businesses, you're helping to empower the Black community. In addition to supporting Black businesses, you can also boycott businesses that do not align with the values and agenda that we have. It is up to us to focus on the objective and to continue fighting for justice and peace. If you know of Black businesses we can support, definitely comment them down below or send me a message on Instagram. I do want to come up with a list of Black businesses to actually put out. So if you know of anyone that's also curating a list of Black businesses, please tag me in it, send them to me so that I can put those out there as well. I thank you guys for coming by and watching this video. I hope that this gave you some additional ways that you can help out. I have also linked below multiple articles and links to donations and petitions, so please check out the description box for more information on those things. Also, if you are planning to join a protest or a march, here are a few tips to stay safe. Go with a friend or buddy. If you do choose to go alone, one suggestion is to write your emergency contact somewhere on your body. That way, if you do lose your phone, you lose your backpack, you have that information in case of an emergency, or someone else has that information in case you're in an emergency. Be sure to wear comfortable clothes, closed-toed shoes. Don't wear anything that exposes identifying information such as tattoos or birthmarks, and wear your mask, COVID. And also be sure to pack snacks and water to stay hydrated. If you have any other tips or suggestions for things people can do to help, or also tips for protesters, feel free to leave that down below as well. I would like for this to be a place where people can share that information and help to educate others. So I hope that you guys found this information helpful. Again, I thank you for stopping by, and you guys be safe. Love you all and be blessed. Bye-bye.